Shock, disbelief. I think I drove probably about 2 kilometers down the road that I don't even really remember. It was just kind of a fog, and you start obviously flashbacks and memories and different things, and then you start thinking, is this summer gonna at any point in time take a positive turn? It's been a pretty rocky road.
Can you talk about the player he was on the ice? I mean, he was never drafted anywhere, but there he was, parts of 6 seasons, getting all the way to the NHL. How did he do it?
Drive and determination. You look in 3-year span, he went from undrafted, 5'10", 150-pound guy playing Tier 2 hockey in Crow's Nest. Past 3 years later, he's playing in the National Hockey League, and it was just all out of hard work and drive and commitment and doing things the right way, and he was just such an honest player, and I think because of that he had the respect of his teammates.
Once the shock of this wears off, how are you going to look back and remember him?
Well, for me, when you talk about a player that accomplished those kind of things that I just spoke of, it puts him to me in a different class. Like, he was one of my favorite kids that went through here for all those reasons. I mean, he epitomized everything we want our young guys to be, and he was a great captain. I think him and Barrett Jackman, for me, would be the best two that we've had in my time here, and just did things the right way. And he was, obviously battling a lot more than all of us realized, and we knew he was going through some tough times. But no, I mean, my memories will be fond, and it'll be. You look back on the contributions that he made here, and he was just always so appreciative of everything.
March 2005, Brandon Wheat Kings are in town. He gets that hat trick. Do you ever think of that night?
Oh yeah, we talk about that all the time. I mean, to me, in my 17 years, it certainly goes down as the single best performance by a PAP player. I mean, we were a young team that was overmatched, and he stuck up for those young kids all winter long, and I remember giving him one of his awards there at center ice before the game, and saying, it's win your last one. And it was I can't remember his exact words, but it was basically there was no way he was leaving without winning, and I mean, he willed us to that win that night, and it was really a remarkable performance.
When everything he went through, from the incident in Minnesota to taking the leave of absence, how excited were you for him when he signed that contract with the Winnipeg Jets?
No, it was, it was one of those things you knew, knowing what Craig Heisinger thought of him, and knowing what Rick thought of their organization of True North, and how they treated him, and how they looked after him. And I know he had a couple other teams that were interested in his services. He told me, he said it was a no-brainer to go back to Winnipeg after they gave him his first chance. And that speaks to the kind of person Rick was. I'm sure he would have turned down better money to go back to Winnipeg, and he was so excited that he was going to get his old number 11 back. And like I said, 10 days ago, he was ecstatic about everything. And, we were happy for him. I mean, he did a lot for us as an organization, and it sounded like he was feeling good and doing well. And the interviews I saw with him when he was back in Winnipeg, he just looked great, and we were all really happy for him.